Got to remove the jack assembly there that raises and lowers this part up and down the column. I'm going to try and remove that piece from the column and then remove the column from the base. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I think we're up to part 5 of this Camelback drill press revival. I was perusing the want ads a day or two ago, and I discovered another champion drill press just like this for $100. It was pretty sorry though. I forwarded that on to a friend of mine who's in the market for a Camelback. He's kind of building a vintage shop, and if he's not interested in it, I might pursue it for parts, you know. Just what I need. More cast iron around here. Well, this is cool. Look at that square boss on that gear. Man, that's heavy duty. You know, I just can't say enough good things about this old drill press. I'm trying to remove this jack that, this is the assembly that raises and lowers the table. And I'm going to separate it. This, I think, is going to be kind of a bear to get off the column. We'll see how that goes. Those hex head cap screws are in really good shape. Unlike the other ones that I removed in the previous video, these aren't stripped at all. And this is all in nice shape also. So let's see if I can carefully remove this assembly. Oh yeah, look at that. Got that all out in one piece. So this will join the rest of the parts over on the cardboard. Okay, pretty much got all of the auxiliary stuff, as it were, stripped off of this thing. I think before I go any farther, I'm going to hook the cherry picker up to this, get some tension on it. This bell here looks like it slides over the column. I've been squirting liquid wrench all around in there, but we're going to see how stuck that is. That may require a little wrestling to get that all undone. Well, I've been rigged for a while now, and I'm up off the rollers probably 1/4 of an inch, and I've been working the base with a dead blow and then taking the big brass punch and the hammer and working this flange up that way, and it's not budging. So what I think I'm going to do, the swivel that mounts the table is already loose. I know that'll come off. I'm going to pull the cinch bolts on the base, because that's been soaking for a couple days with liquid wrench. I'll see if I can get the base off. Then we will hoist the whole thing up, the upper part of the drill press and the column, leaving the base and the swivel there. I'll move this over there, turn it upside down, and start pouring liquid wrench into that flange and just let her soak. And hopefully I can get that apart. A lot of folks say, "Oh, Matt, just leave it alone." And you're probably right, but me being me, I can't leave it alone. I'm going to try and get that column separated from there. And then I'll start working on cleaning the rust off the column. I'm a little hesitant to use mechanical means, wire wheel, that kind of thing. A soft Scotch-Brite will probably work because I want the finished machine surface, but I want to keep all the joints tight where, you know, the bell slides over and all of that. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think would be a good way to clean that rust up. I have this rock oil in the hoard that I've never really used. It's another kind of penetrating oil. It also it displaces moisture and is good for rust removal. But I'll give that a shot. But anyway, you guys let me know in the comments what your favorite rust removal method is that doesn't involve removing any of the metal. And we'll go from there. Well, I'm going to put some tension back on this thing. Just lift it off the rollers about 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to take the dead blow right about there. I'm going to take the dead blow and see if I can gingerly nurse that base off the column. I don't know how successful this is going to be, but we're going to give it a shot. Hopefully it'll work. I don't even know if I'm in frame or not, but this has turned out to be the hardest part of the disassembly so far. Everything else has gone fairly easily, but now I've run into the tough stuff. I've got this suspended about 1 inch off the rollers, and I've got that soaking in liquid wrench. And I'll just let the liquid do its work. I've been pounding on that with a dead blow and a piece of wood now for about 20 minutes, and I'm not getting anywhere. I don't want to use heat, because if I use heat, I'll destroy the paint, and then I'm into painting this thing. And plus the fact that this is probably lead paint, I'd have to respirator up and all of that and get a fan going and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to let the penetrant do its job and see if that can just soak in there. And then I'll go at it again with the dead blow and wood. And yeah, we'll give it a shot, see what happens. It's been a couple of days of continuous soaking. Still not making any progress. These are drilled and tapped through the base and through the column. I may be dealing with a couple of big burrs that are holding that up. I may have to rethink this whole thing. Well, here's a revelation. It's a big mounting plate and a big nut holding that column to the base. Yeah, when it wouldn't give at all, I started suspecting something, and sure enough. So what I got to do is I got this thing dangling from the hoist. I got to get I got a couple of chunks of timber right there. I'm going to make up some cribbing and block the base on both sides and let this thing down on the cribbing to get under there with a cheater bar and a big socket on that nut and take that apart and then see if this base comes loose. I've had that worm drive skill saw for 45 years. And all I've done to that thing other than change blades is, you know, periodically take the worm drive gear lube out of it, put fresh lube in it. That's it. That's all I've ever done to this thing. And it just saws and saws and saws. Our youngest son has the Craftsman worm drive skill saw my dad bought brand new in 1954. So, yeah, one of my grandkids will wind up with this one when I expire. And my oldest son, you know, he's a professional contractor, so he has all the good stuff. But if he wants this one, he can have it when I croak. Before anybody panics about me cutting up an expensive piece of 4x6 beam to use for cribbing, where I come from, Pacific Northwest logging country. This ain't standard and better framing stock. I mean, it might be suitable, you know, for a header over a window or something like that, but it's probably one step above firewood. And plus, I bought this in an estate sale for $1.50. So it's perfect for cribbing. And after I'm done using it on this project, I'll probably utilize it on the Farm All H project. So yeah, don't worry, it ain't expensive. Quality lumber. It's probably grade 3, if that. So no worries, it's all good. That's a 1 1/8 nut. I had to put another wrench onto this one to break it loose, but I finally got it loose. I'm watching this column above me. You know what? I'm going to hook the cherry picker back up to it just in case. Man, I love it. The greenhouse has thwarted those little devils. They can't get in. And Nancy's got a gorgeous crop of tomatoes. Watch these guys take off. Scram, you little devils. Well, there's about 100 plus years of dirt and everything else. That mounting plate, or that base plate, is 3/4 of an inch thick. And that's a 1 1/8 inch nut. I think I told you that. Yeah, 1 1/8 wrench. This column is, oh boy, my camera works all over the map. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's movement. So I'm going to hook the cherry picker back up to see what happens. Check it out. We've pulled that column out about 1/4 of an inch. So that was the culprit. My dad's old sage advice to find out what's stuck instead of forcing paid off once again. And I should have known that. You know, about 20 years ago, I had another drill press apart, a Harbor Freight one, a column drill press that was giving me fits. And it had a similar type of deal. And of course, well, I mean, I'm an old man, so my memory ain't what it used to be. Well, this has turned out to be the most difficult part of this project so far. And, but we're still making progress. And I'm ecstatic discovering how that column is attached to that base plate. So I'm going to, it's time to stop this video. Once again, the length is getting up there. And I have to do a little rearranging over in that section of the shop. I got to plan a little bit. Once I get that column separated from that base, I've got to lay it down. You know, I got to have some place for it to go. I don't want it just dangling from the cherry picker. That's a lot of weight. I mean, it's a good cherry picker, but you never know what could happen in the middle of the night, and I don't want to come out to the shop and find a disaster in the morning. So I've got to create a lay down area for that column in the upper part of that drill press, and then plan the next move, which is trying to separate the column from the upper part of the drill press. The swivel that the table mounts on, I can just loosen those machine clamps, and that'll release the tension, and that should slide right off. But yeah, I'm really tickled with how this is going. Big project, you know, and this is a kind of a long-term project. But I'm learning a lot of cool stuff along the way. You know, you're never too old to learn something if you're willing to just, you know, have an open mind. And so I'm really enjoying this, and I'm really enjoying a lot of the comments you guys are leaving in the comments section on these videos. So with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here a while, thanks for sticking around. And we'll see you guys on, let's see, part 6 in a few days. Let's see where this thing will go. Bye for now, everybody.